Hello, everyone. Welcome to Coffee and Concepts. I'm Josh Bumpus. I'm the content coordinator for Rob Roy Industries. So this is a first for AttaBox, a live stream event like this. So today we're going to be giving you some valuable insights into our products and capabilities. This is going to be more of a bite-sized 30-minute chunk today. We're also going to be offering you some solutions for specific applications that you might run into using our industry-leading innovations. Today's presenter is Patrick Kane. He is AttaBox's product line manager, and he's all set to get into today's topic, which is redefining space efficiency with Heartland SL Low-Profile Enclosures. And this is working especially well in applications such as wireless communications, security systems, building automation, and electrical control. So I hope everyone's settled in, grab their favorite cup of coffee. I filled mine up a little too much this morning, so I'm just trying to not let it spill. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to introduce Patrick here, and take it away, Patrick.
Yeah, thank you, Josh. Appreciate the great introduction. Everybody, my name's Patrick Kane. I'm the product line manager at AttaBox, which is a brand of Rob Roy. And just a little bit about me. I've worked in the electrical industry for over 20 years, managing products in commercial, industrial, and harsh and hazardous environments. And as Josh said, Coffee and Concepts is a new series, and what we're up to is we're trying to build awareness of some of the innovative new products that we've launched and that we've developed and have in development, and share them with you in a relatively informal setting. So today we're going to be talking about who we are, what we do, why we're different, and about some innovative recently launched products, like the one you see on the screen, the Heartland SL. And that was designed based on feedback from multiple customers and centered around a few growing market verticals. And the cool thing about what we do here in our OEM based business is that I get to work and we get to work with customers throughout their product life cycles and develop some really innovative solutions for different applications. So when you think of AttaBox, and that's the primary brand of non-metallic polycarbonate enclosures that we have. And you probably think about traditional polycarbonate wall mount enclosures like you see on the top left of the screen. These are commonly used in electrical industrial control applications like pump controls, oil and gas instrumentation, and surveillance. All of these are applications where products are exposed to extreme conditions and where equipment needs maximum protection from the environment and elements. Our traditional Heartland series, it's been in the industry for over a decade, and we're seeing the sales continue to grow. Innovative product, a lot of cool features to it. I'll go through that here in a little bit. It's mainly due to the fact, though, that it's rugged, durable. It's an OEM friendly design. And as many of you know, it's got T slots for easy mounting of swing panels and DIN rails to the sides. As you can see on the left, we've continued to add new innovative solutions to the line. And you've seen that over the past 2 years. We've launched roughly 7 new products, which is a pretty high volume. And one of those is side panels, seemingly simple. But basically, what that does is it adds additional mounting space to equipment on the inside of the enclosure, or for mounting equipment on the inside of the enclosure. It eliminates the need for customers to have to jump the enclosure size to mount additional equipment. And that was a really big piece of feedback that we'd received. And then the other one was, customers are trying to mount heavy equipment in the bottom of our enclosure. And we came out with a solution called a weight distribution shelf or a battery shelf to help customers support the heavy load and transfer the load from the bottom wall to the side walls of the enclosure. And that can support up to 150 pounds. Then some of the other things we've done, we've launched some additional mounting options like a flange mount for customers who might need to center mount the enclosure to a post or a wall. And then coupled with those, AttaBox also offers a wide range of other polycarbonate enclosures like you see in the middle. They're the electrical junction style polycarbonate enclosures, both in clear and opaque versions. And then lastly, our operator interface enclosures, which are push button enclosures, including the yellow push button. So we've built a program to launch new innovative products every quarter. And in addition to the ones I just mentioned, we've got a new patented innovative accessory, the HMI cover, for which we're launching an expansion here in the next few months. And then lastly, what we're talking about today is the first to market Heartland SL series enclosures. And with this, there's no other enclosure manufacturer in our industry that has something like it, or have launched as many new innovative products as we have. And then when you think of AttaBox, we also want you to think about our parent company, Rob Roy. And AttaBox is part of Rob Roy Industries, which is the same Rob Roy that's been leading the way in corrosion-resistant electrical products for over 100 years. And I'm just so proud to be part of a fourth-generation family-owned business, which has expanded from where we started in PVC-coated conduit to include non-metallic electrical enclosures like what we offer, Rob Roy Stainless, and stainless steel solutions for food and bev. And then our newest line, Rocket Rack, which is a patented line of sanitary support systems for electrical and mechanical installations. And then lastly, ECN Corns, which produces high quality elbows, couplings, nipples, and clamps. So all of these brands under one name, bearing the same quality, reliability, innovation. It's really powerful. And it's helped us build the reputation we have today in the industry. So the big thing we're talking about today is optimization, and it's optimization of space, it's optimization of mounting, and also installation cost. I mean, think about products in other industries such as TV monitors, cell phones, computers, electronic components like routers and switches. All of those have reduced in size over the past 20 years. And, let's face it, the industrial enclosures have been slower to catch up, right? Until until the Heartland SL. And one of our customers with an energy saving electrical control application said the most important thing for them was to optimize the space while being able to maintain the same equipment mounting footprint as a traditional depth enclosure. And the largest thing of the components that they were installing was a 2.25 inch edge controller and I think a 3 inch deep router. And they found that the Heartland SL gave them all the mounting room they needed for their equipment, and then at the same time optimize the depth and installation cost. So a really great solution for a lot of different applications, and I'll go through a few more as we talk through the presentation. But taking a look at our strategy, it's pretty simple. It's to offer the broadest selection of standard products in the industry, and then once the standard product's selected, provide engineering expertise to add value during the enclosure modification phase. And then lastly, deliver it exactly how and when it's needed. And our goal is to do this every single day and to solidify our relationships and trust so that during the next selection process in the beginning of a product life cycle, customers call us looking for the right enclosure for their equipment. It's that simple. Finding the right enclosure is based on a couple things: panel size, environmental protection, size and space constraints, mounting requirements. What modifications might be needed to tailor the product to a specific application. Interesting to note. I mean, over 50% of our customers ask us to perform some level of modification to help save time and labor. Could be adding a hole, cutout, custom window, or digital printing on the cover, you name it, right? And then to help pick the right enclosures, we've got some really great tools on the website. You can select from enclosures by attribute, dimension, ratings. We've developed product specs for all of our enclosure families in the literature section of the website. And then I think most importantly, our engineering team is fantastic. They'll hop on a call any day of the week just to understand what customers are trying to do and the specific need for an application. And then it could even be things that we haven't done before. What's so cool for me as a product line manager is that I've got a steady stream of ideas driven by customers looking for solutions. It can't get much better than that. And different than some larger manufacturers, we're also pretty nimble and set up to handle these kinds of requests. Sometimes we might have exactly what customers are looking for off the shelf, and other times we develop it as a one-off, and it could stay that way. But in some cases, we turn that one-off solution into a standard one, like the Heartland SL, and it ends up taking off. So let's take a look at our overall line of polycarbonate enclosures and how they clearly differentiate from our competitors out there. And that means both, non-metallic competitors and metal competitors, including stainless steel. All of our polycarbonate enclosures in the line are inherently corrosion resistant. They're built to last in tough, industrial, nasty, harsh condition applications like extreme UV temperatures, corrosive areas. They're NEMA 4X and IP66 rated for hose down and corrosion. They're non-conductive, easier to modify than metal, a lot easier to modify than metal, and then also meet the same UL standards. They're a lot lighter to install than a stainless steel box, that's for sure. And then polycarbonate we use is a high level of, or has a high level of impact resistance, which protects the enclosure and the seal integrity throughout its life. They're UV resistant and contain inhibitors to prevent material breakdown. And then one of the most important items for this call is the fact that they're ideal for wireless applications and allow for unobstructed transmission of wireless signals. And in addition to that, we actually have an ABS back panel option for full non-metallic enclosure solution. There's tons of reasons why our enclosures are the right choice versus metal and our competitors. And if you have a specific need or application, please, engage our team and our engineering team, and we can help you. So let's talk specifically about the product at hand, the Heartland SL, and it's just under a year in the market, and it's already changing the game. It provides all the mounting space without the added depth of traditional industrial enclosures. And the premise is just to provide all the mounting space for equipment and still providing that you know optimized space for tight space constraints in an installation. So the new family, what it includes is first to market sizes and is ideal for where space is at a premium, like on the outside of a commercial or industrial building or in a control room, or to use on skids with additional equipment. So one example is with one of our new customers that because of the efficient design that the product has, they're using it on renewable energy skids to house wireless communications and a NorCal SCADA system. It was perfect for them, right? And there's what we're seeing is the longer the product's out in the market, the more applications that we've seen customers are using it for, both for what we intended it to be used for, and also some new and different applications. So, in addition to that, they look good. They've got smooth sidewalls. They're ideal for OEMs who want their products to visually stand out from everybody else. And then, we've also got the ability to add some graphics, and we'll talk about that in the mod right slide later on in the presentation. So let's take a further look and run down through some of the cool features. It's first and foremost available in sizes from 7 different sizes from 10 by 8 by 3 up to a 24 by 24 by 6. And the smaller ones may have a competitive equal in the market, the really small ones, but the larger ones just don't. And that's even on the metal side. So we've had customers call us and said, I didn't think a product like this with these dimensions existed, and really happy to see that we've added it to the line. They're lightweight, they're impact resistant, they have a thick sidewall construction to prevent deflection. They've got an easy to remove cover, and it comes in clear or opaque options. And then there's a full non-metallic hinge that we've tested, engineering tested to hold over 290 pounds. So it's really strong. And then we've got flexible mounting options. And this is actually built into the molded in mounting feet, as you can see on the top. They're molded in versus field attachable, so it takes out some of the labor in the field. and then also gives a flush mounted installation. The one uh, critical piece about the back wall of the enclosure is that you can mount a DIN rail directly to the back without a back panel. So it has molded in embosses in the back to accept a self-tapping screw and DIN rail. They're also lockable. They have an integrated locking hasp. And then they're one other thing, they have a non-metallic or stainless latch options. And then we recently introduced an HW version, which is basically a hinge screw down without a latch for customers that want added security. So a lot of features, a lot of flexibility, and overall just strength and protection of equipment. So as I talked about earlier, I mean, part of our strategy is value add mods, and the team that we've built to support it is just fantastic. Roughly 50% of our business contains some level of enclosure value add modification, and our engineering team will work together with you to design solutions based on the need. So you can see, some examples on the screen. Hole cutting, drilling. Your team can work with you to evaluate space requirements for hole placement. I've even seen enclosures with over 30 holes, added in custom locations. So no job is too complex for us to handle. And then the other thing is, if, like I mentioned before, if a logo or a graphic needs to be added, we can provide digital printing or silk screening. And the advantage of digital printing is that it allows for more of a color gradient transition. So there's definitely multiple options there. And then with volume, we can produce molded in colors to match a company's colors when needed. Also special packaging. That's something that we've done a lot of recently, where a customer will request a custom kit, custom cartons. Some people want an oversized carton for reshipment to their customers. That's totally something that's within our wheelhouse. And then also custom palletization, custom mounting solutions, including brackets for adding equipment inside or outside the box. And then recently we had a customer request to mount a PCB board on the inside of the enclosure cover. So that's something that our engineering team figured out pretty quickly. And then, another customer had us design a mounting bracket to help retrofit one of our enclosures onto their machine. And then I guess to finish that off, we have a couple more examples. And here's one of the Heartland SL being modified to accept large conduit for a pump control application. And we're shipping a number of these at the moment. And then lastly, on the right, what you're looking at is we have an interchangeable rear wall in our tool, where basically if a customer needs a specific mounting configuration for equipment, we can, with high volume, basically swap out the back wall. And you can see a custom design over there on the right. So limitless capabilities, both with traditional enclosures and with the Heartland SL. So if you take a look at the whole package of products and services, we've got first to market sizes, right? We talked about those. I mean, extremely robust, like we talked about. And I don't think I talked enough about our solutions process. So when we start with a new application brought to us by a customer, what we do is engage what we call our solutions team, and that'll include members of the sales team, applications engineers, product management, and even our business unit president on certain occasions to solve some of the most challenging things that we've seen. There's virtually no limit to what we can do, all the way from the logo to physical mods, and then packaging, like I just talked about a little bit earlier. So basically what you need, where you need, when you need it. And so exciting to share a little bit about the Heartland SL and also what we do and why we do it. And so that's it. Hopefully this has been informative, and we'll take some questions.
Yeah, we'll let everybody take a second, and if you have any questions, you can type them into the comments. In the meantime, a question we do get sometimes in relation to this, Patrick, is if people need a dead front installed in the Heartland SL enclosures. And the question is, how do you do that without the T-slots in this enclosure?
That's a good point. Yeah, we do get that from time to time, and what our engineering team will do is depending on the enclosure, we'll build custom standoffs, uh, and sometimes with thumb screws. So that's not a problem for us at all.
Alrighty. And you had mentioned the molded-in mounting options. Um, do the Heartland SL enclosures come with separate mounting feet, for that are separate from the molded-in ones?
Yeah, you know what? We decided to go with molded in. They don't. And maybe in a future design, if we do have voice of customer to support it. And what we did was we wanted the most flush installation as possible. Along with that, what we did was we built the mounting cross technology into the molded in foot, and then added some other hole positions, and then added some width to the foot as well. So there's some additional flexibility built in there to the molded in feet. And also, it saves assembly in the field, right? So there's not a kit that ships alongside it. It's actually molded right in.
Perfect. Well, I think we can probably wrap it up there if no one has any additional questions. I wanted to thank you all for your time, for attending this live stream. Hope you all were able to take something away from it. And we'll hopefully see you next time on Coffee and Concepts. Thanks, Patrick.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.